down. So that means hands are to your side, feet are together. You're going to do like jumping jacks, but instead of a full jack and jumping, we're just gonna open up one side, shift our hip over, and then back. Lift and back, okay? Back and forth, pretending we're jacking with one side of our body, really just trying to get the range of motion and get our heart rates up. So I want you to go at a nice pace for you that's gonna increase the heart rate, move that blood a little bit, move those legs. Good. I'm going to try and get us to about 10 on each side. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I got myself our hats that came in for the Get Rich Ready challenge. So I ordered a first bout of hats and put the wrong logo on it. Yeah, my mistake. But they gave me the second batch for free, so I couldn't say no. Good. And one more on this side, one more on that side. And now let's get into a nice wide lunging pose. Your toes are going to be at an angle here, okay? And then I want you to bring your hands to center, and you're going to reach down and power up fast. So if you get dizzy, don't go so fast going up, but the idea of bringing your chest up faster is to engage these glutes. So you have to really squeeze your butt, breathe out, and lift. If you want, we're going to go through this exercise again, but usually people hold on to dumbbells here. This is called a deadlift, and you can engage your core and your stomach a little bit more with added weight. So you're just easing, letting the weights bring you down and pulling up. I'm going to go side view so you can see I'm really trying to keep my back straight. Okay, and I'm breathing out every time I lift. Back is straight, legs are trying to stay somewhat straight. I bend a little bit and lift. Really forcing that hips forward. Okay, 2 more. Nice and slow down and power up. Good job. 1 more. Down and power up. Excellent. Okay, now I need you to grab your dumbbells if you don't have them. Good. And we're going to go over. Now we're going side to side, but all I want you to do is just raise and close. And you're not lifting. I don't want you to lift up here, okay? Go nice and low. We're just really trying to wake up the back muscles here. So try to keep those shoulders back, elbows back, okay? I'm not letting it go like this, okay? And all front, I'm bringing my elbows together, side to side. I don't know if you can tell the difference there, but good. You'll feel your delt muscle, which is on the upper arm, maybe a little bit of neck. If you feel too much, don't raise as high. Okay. Nice. And 4, and 3, and 2. Good. And 1. Nice. Dumbbells back to the ground. And very much like that last exercise, open up into side jacks. Really get that lengthening in the side of your body here. Okay, so hip is coming out, the arm is kind of reaching over your head a little bit. Make sure that you're not feeling any discomfort here. If you are, don't go as far. And use that breath. Good. For the last 10, if you can, I want you to increase your pace a little bit so you don't have to go as high up. I'm going to try to increase it like this. My arm is not going all the way over, okay? So I'm just quickly up and up and up. Good. And 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. If you want those dumbbells, grab those now for our deadlift. I'm going to show you a different variation if you have a heavier weight. So this is my 10-pounder. You can also do this by holding each end of the dumbbell here. Okay, so I'm gonna let that hang. My arms are nice and loose. I'm not engaging the neck muscles. Okay, my toes are at a little bit of slant. Okay, so if you can see those, I'm kind of bringing them out here. And then I'm going to push my butt back, letting my upper body stay straight, nice and slow. And then drive it up with an exhale. Good. Nice and slow down. And exhale. Good. It's always better for a side view. Down. Nice and slow. And drive that up. Now, pay attention to your head too, making sure that your neck and your spine are even. So if you can see yourself in the mirror, in the video at all, it's nice to kind of be able to look at yourself, and that way you know that your spine and back are even. Okay. Good work. Nice down and drive up. We're gonna get 4 more here. Nice and slow down, feeling that stretch in your hamstrings, and pull it by bringing those hips forward. Good, nice and low. You might be able to get lower each time. However, if you start to feel it in the lower back, don't go as low. I'm a very, very flexible person. So sometimes it's hard to gauge your level to mine. Because I definitely have stringy muscles. I'm gonna do 1 more down. Yeah. All right, grab your little weight, if you got any. And now we're gonna do that side to side, bending your elbows a little bit and coming out and in. Breathe out when you lift. Breathe out. Good work. Lifting. Woo, yeah, you can definitely start to feel this one, that's for sure. Nice and slow. Step and raise. Step and raise. Good. Little coordination. And 4. And 3. 2. And 1. Woo, yep. Go ahead and shake it out. If you need water, this is a great time to grab that water. If not, we're gonna get right into our lovely triceps today. And I would love it if you guys tried it on the ground today instead of the chair, because I think it's good for everybody to feel a little differently. If you're uncomfortable going to the ground, totally fine. Just hover over your chair, bring yourself into that stride stance, and start to go hinging back, okay? But if you're on the ground, like I'm gonna bring my knees here, okay? I'm gonna lift that weight right up to my armpit, and then I'm gonna extend it back. Good, breathing, exhaling every time you push it back. Nice. The back is straight. Your legs are supporting you. Your arm is supporting you. Good. Last 3. And 2. And 1. Good job. Bring that weight down. Go ahead and switch to the other side. So I'm supporting my chest by bringing that hand in the center of my chest. This dumbbell's going to go up to the armpit, making sure my spine is in line, okay? And extending it back. Okay? Now, if you are using a little lighter weight and maybe not feeling it as much, or maybe you want to feel more, you can also lift that hand above the hip, okay? So I'm extending, but then I'm adding an extra little lift behind. So it's increasing that range of motion just a little more. And oh my gosh, I have a 3-pound weight, and I'm like, oh, that's even harder. Okay? And we got 5 more. 4. And 3. And 2. And 1. Ooh, baby. Yeah, shake those arms out. Feel it, feel it, feel it pretty bad. We're gonna stay on the ground, okay? And what I wanna work on now is our booties, okay, and our core. And so these two exercises are so important for that pelvic floor stability. And I know we go over this a lot in yoga. Breathing is gonna be your best friend when it comes to getting rid of any fat in the inside of your stomach. Okay, so this tube around relies a lot on your breath, okay? So let's bring our feet together in front, feet shoulder width apart. You're gonna let your back come down to the ground. I'm just gonna let my hands hang out on the sides of my body to support me. And then I'm gonna lift my butt off the ground just a little bit. It doesn't have to go very far, but just enough. And you can put your hands underneath you if you want to. Just squeeze your butt, okay? And breathe out every time you do that. Really focus on that breath. Lift and breathe out. That's fine. See you, Barbara.
Bye. I'm sorry.
No worries. Glad I saw you anyways. So really focusing on bringing those hip bones up, squeezing your glutes together, and keep the weight in your heels, okay? So what I'm doing, I just lifted my toes up to kind of exaggerate that lift in my butt. I'm gonna get 4 more here. Squeeze. 3, and 2, and 1 more up. Choo. Hi. How did you guys do? I know I can't see you. Put a thumbs up if you're still down there. Good. Okay. Now the last one. Grab onto that dowel if you have it close by to you, or if you have to go get it, might want to go get it. And we're going to do a little core work here. You can use it without. I like to add the dowel to add a little more resistance to it, and I'll show you what it looks like. So you're bringing the dowel against your knees here, adding that pressure, okay? And if you're without it, then you're just like this, without any dowel. And then you're going to expand one leg out at a time, like you're riding a bicycle eventually. If you have no dowel, you're kind of doing this. With the dowel, you want to make sure you're constantly putting pressure on the dowel while your back stays tight onto the ground. So you shouldn't lift up, nothing like that. You're just breathing out every time you lift that foot up and out into the air. Woo boy. Yep, it should start burning. Good. Do as many as you can. I have my last 4 now. 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Ooh, put that dowel down. Knees to the ground, and try to get yourself back up any way you can. Good. Okay. Question before you get back up. Was your back rising off the ground at all when you were doing either of those? Well, I mean, I guess the dowel one first. Did your back come up like here?
Is it supposed to?
No. Okay. Good. So if it didn't come up, Nidra? Okay. Good. So that means you're doing core bracing. So that's good. You both have a really strong foundation here. And then now it goes down into the hips a little bit more. So when you add that breath, you're really focusing on connecting those 2 abdomen muscles, okay? So that's good. All right, let's get back up. Actually, yeah, last one. I'm testing you today. What?
Liked the last one. It's hard, but it felt like it was doing something.
Yeah, and that's, I honestly think, Nidra, like, your level is higher than what we've been doing, and so getting down to the floor is really going to challenge you a little bit more. So that's my goal anyways. We'll keep working on it. All right, so before we go back down to the ground for our last round, I want you to really focus on this hip instability. All right, so there's this test that I have been trying to teach, well, not really trying to teach myself, but trying to apply more into my practice. It's called the Trendelenburg test, and it's just to see the function of your hips and see if you have stable hips or not. So planting that one foot on the ground flat, you're going to balance on that leg. Instantly, when you lift that leg up, do you notice a big shift in your hips at all? So these are all questions to ask yourself. If you have a shift in your hip because you turn like this, that means that there might be some really weak muscle in here. Okay, so lift that hip back up, and all I want you to do is just practice lifting your leg up and down, trying to keep that hip straight without any boinging like that. Okay. Either of you having issues with, I know Janet, you have some hip issues anyways, but are you allowed or able to keep it in line?
I think so. Does it look like it's in line?
Yep, now that I can see
I
you.
can on one. Yeah, I can do it on my right, my strong one.
Okay, good. Now do it on the other side. Oh yeah. Yeah, I see a slight change, but so this is good. So stay on either one of those sides. Let's stick to one side. If you've been doing the right side a lot, let's switch over to the other side. And really nice and slow. And so if you're tending to adjust your weight anywhere, I want it to be just quick, okay? And so that you can add that pressure back and there's no movement in your hips. And watch yourself in the video if you can. I'm gonna get 10, 9, 8, 7, and brace that core. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ooh, yeah. Go ahead and shake that. And now we're gonna go back to the other leg, starting right from 10, okay? So lifting up, there's 1. Trying to keep that positioning. Hips are straight, the upper, whoop, yep, see, I'm losing balance. Good, and we got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ooh, yeah. It's amazing. Amazing what such little movement can do. I felt that all the way up my legs. That balance. All right, good. Let's get back down to the, yes, you drive.
The foot down when you come down, or do you always keep that foot off the ground?
So if you feel like you're able to do that movement without any adjusting, you'll want to lift that knee as high as you can first of all, and then yes, try not to touch the ground and keep that joint holding you, because that's what's working is this hip joint here. By balancing you and keeping your balance while you add movement. Okay, so important, especially walking. If you're gonna go hiking and going on the trails, like that's a exercise to do every day to make sure these things are really tight. The other thing is, I don't know if you've ever seen them, but they have these bands that go around your legs. This has been the best purchase for me. This it's called the 360 flow, and it wraps around your legs like this. And I've been trying to get some customized for ridgeline, and maybe I will eventually. But what this does, in going back and forth, you're strengthening those abductor muscles with that weighted band. And so like Janet, if you were to get one of those, and I would love to send you one, that's really gonna help that joint stay in where it's supposed to. All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. One of the exercises I've been doing with my PT is with my laying on my side with my feet always staying together. Put my hip going like
Yep.
this, and then I also put a band around it so that I have a
Good.
resistance.
Yep, those are the clamshells.
Yeah, the clamshells.
Yeah, I love those. Yeah, exactly same Same muscle. Yep, everything. So keep doing that. I would say if you're gonna do one exercise, that's the one. Yeah, for sure. All right, let's get back to the ground and do our tricep one more time before we get our alarm yelling at us. So, and check your core. Is your tummy in? Are you holding your shoulders up? Is your back caving? So bring it back up. Or is it arching? Bring it down. Tailbone and back is straight. And then place that opposite hand in the center of your chest. And bring that dumbbell up to your armpit and start extending backwards. Breathing out with every extension. Good. 4, 5. Good. Last 4. And 3, 2, and 1. Woohoo! Good. Bring that dumbbell down to the ground. Switch on to the other side. Same thing. Make sure your posture is nice. Tummy's in. And lift that dumbbell up, supporting your body, and bracing, core bracing, and extend. Breathe out and in. Good job. Last 3. Nice and slow. 2 and 1. Ooh. Wow. Okay, nice. Now we're gonna go down to the ground. Before we do that, the bridges. Were you feeling it in your glute, your butt area when you lifted your butt off the ground?
When we were doing when we had lift our butt off the ground, where do you want us to feel it?
So you should,
yeah.
So you should feel it in your butt here.
Yes.
Yes? If you're not, so like if you feel like you could use a little bit more out of that exercise, just adding a little dumbbell on your waist and lifting that dumbbell up is gonna create a little more resistance, and you have to drive that hip up. Just make sure that your legs are in line, okay, and you're still squeezing your butt. You're not lifting your hips super high, so I'm not trying to lift as high as possible. I'm just trying to lift it enough so I can squeeze my butt muscles and then slowly bring it back down. Good. Good. Use that breath. I'm going to get 5 more here. And 4. And 3. Good. 2. Last one. Up. And down. Whew, yeah. Yeah, really can start to feel that after a little while. All right. Now, we're gonna go with our dowels. Sorry, just gave me the warning. So let's grab our dowels, really bracing that core and bringing our backs to the ground, knees up, pressing our knees and letting that dowel that leg extend back and forth. If you're just starting out, you're just lifting your legs up straight, okay? And then as you try to increase that intensity, you're going to start to go out a little bit, down, like your feet are going to point down a little bit. And then eventually, that leg can actually extend straight out. Boy, though. That definitely pulls those rectus abdominis muscles. Woo. Good work. Here's our last 4. And 3. And 2. And 1. Nice work. If you need to, before we get all the way back up, I want you to do a quick stretch before we stand. You're gonna bend that knee, and so that your foot is on that leg, and then you're just gonna lift that leg up, nice and easy. And this is like the paraformer stretch that we do on the chair, seated. So you're pretending you're sitting, but really you're having that back support, which is kind of nice. And you're just pulling that knee, the opposite leg, towards you as best you can without pulling too much. And you should feel it right underneath that butt and into the side of your hip a little bit, which hopefully will make you balance a little bit better when we get back up. So hold for a few more seconds on this side. And let's release. Bring that leg down. Switch on over, crossing that leg over the other, supporting that hip or the ankle joint with the other leg, and then we're gonna pull. Ooh, yeah. Nice and easy, breathing nice and easy. Good. Back is staying on the ground. Nice, and release that stretch whenever you're ready. And we're gonna come back to a standing position. Ooh, yeah. Do a little stretch as you guys start to come back up to life here. All right, let's finish up with our last exercise that we had before. Focusing on those hips, really driving that knee as high as you can, and then like Nidra asked, try not to touch the ground. If you need to though, to restart, it's important to adjust that weight back to where it's supposed to be and then lift again. And if you can't lift as high, that's fine. We're just trying to get that functional movement in this stabilization, and then this movement in this hip up and down. Good. Oops, see, I lost my balance. And get 3, nice and slow. 2, and 1. Ooh, yes, okay. Shake that leg out and switch over to the other side, stabilizing that foot. Make sure you have a good grip and lift that knee up as high as you can. Stabilize hip. Good. And then sometimes it's helpful to have something to hold on to if you really need it and you're having a hard time holding that hip. Some days are better than others, I tell you. So making sure that you're not getting out of alignment. Okay. And here we go. 4 and 3, 2 and 1. Oh yeah. All right, good. Stretch so that, wiggle around. Let's get nice and wide and just now a little bitty stretch, hip to hip, okay? So you're just rocking back and forth. You actually should feel more of a stretch in the insides of your legs. You're just gonna kind of do a little hula hula. Good. 4, 3, 2, 1, and let's reach down to our toes. You can actually, what I want you to do is, I want you around this time when you go down, okay? Because this right here, the sacrum muscles in there holding your spine together, actually get really, really tight, and that's what causes sciatica sometimes. So I want you to try to round it, and then slowly round yourself back out by bringing your body up and swing those arms back. Good. Just checking my time. Good. Do it again. Rounding. So really, I'm almost like pushing my belly button in, rounding down, feeling my spine curve, letting my fingers just drop, hang loose. You can kind of wiggle your arms if you want, Go a little side to side. If it's causing any pain, obviously don't do that. And reach, 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 breathing out. And then rounding back up. Keep your chin to your chest when you roll back up. And then release by bringing your arms around and open your chest. Good. Okay, let's do that one more time. Great, great stretch. But this time, legs need to stay straight, okay? So I want you to actually feel it more in the back of your legs. So try to keep that back. Now I'm at a completely 90-degree angle and reaching as far as you can. And then, but on the way back, I want you to bend those knees. And then you're going to round your back up, chin to chest. And then last swing of your arms up and over. And exhale. Ooh. Nice work, everybody. Good job. I would love, and I'm just going to put it out there, I would love to do a fitness, what do I want to call it? Almost like a fitness assessment for you to figure out what kind of level you're at. And that way, when I'm doing this class, I can understand a little bit more of what muscles we need to be working on. So whether that's, and also talk about goals a little bit. So I might draft something up and just to get feelers out there, see if you guys would be interested. I think we do it off of, I think we do it off of this schedule. So we'd make a separate time to meet with the Move More group and say, okay, here are the assessment pieces. We're going to go through each individually. You guys will have your own scorecards that you'll print out at home. And as we go through, I'm going to kind of give you your scores, kind of watch you go through the exercises and tell you, so now when we do this exercise, think about this more and think about this muscle more. And that way, we're not engaging the wrong muscles when we're doing exercises. Because that's the last thing I want is, for one of you to get injured while doing an exercise just because for some reason you were activating the wrong muscle. And it's easy to do that. It's so easy to do that. So, as a personal trainer, I feel like it's my job to make sure that you guys are doing it correctly. So, if you're interested, which I know you probably both are, keep an eye out for something down the road, probably the end of this month. We'll try to get that running. Okay? Good. All right. So,
Wonderful.
yeah,
Yes.
So I love this. I've been loving this class. Honestly, it's been teaching me more than anything else, so it's good.
Know what it's like with the old ladies.
Well, hey, I love to hang out with you guys, so and there we go. Good class today. Sorry for the delay. Just got kicked off the Zoom, but good work today, everybody. I think this is an awesome workout, and like I was saying, I think it'd be awesome to do like a fitness assessment as a group, and that way we can understand any inconsistencies in your own body. So you'll do almost like a fitness self-check, I like to call it. So look out for those details coming soon, and enjoy your afternoon.